Now, we see this global disparity in terms of those countries that produce the greatest amount of emissions and those that are most vulnerable to climate change. What really determines this disparity? What really makes the vulnerable countries more vulnerable?
I think one element of that disparity is actually that those countries who are particularly vulnerable have contributed least to the problem, and that's of course a grave injustice. They are particularly vulnerable, whether you look at, for example, small island states. They often have are very low above waters, and sea level rise and increasing storm surges have a very negative effect on those countries. Already today, there are already a number of examples where, for example, fertile agricultural land in the coastal area is salinized and so basically loses its quality. Then there are, of course, many countries, for example, in Africa, which generally suffer from a state of poverty in many parts of the society, weak institutions, and then they are overwhelmed by more extreme climatic conditions, be it increased or more intense heat waves, sometimes even coupled with torrential rain events, storm events, and all of this makes those countries particularly vulnerable. They have less capacity to respond, to adapt. It's not that they are not doing nothing. There's a lot of things going on. But coming back to my earlier point, they have hardly contributed anything to the problem, while the richer parts of this world, both in terms of countries and richer populations, are most responsible for the fossil fuel emissions in particular.